Gorilla Tag, the popular gorilla slash monkey game that now has millions of players. This game has grown a lot over the past years, but let's go back in time to January 26, 2020. A small game developer named Lemming made a post on Reddit showing his new system of movement for a VR game, where rather than moving with a joystick, you would use your arms to propel yourself through the air. The video showed a robot, a free model named Kyle, running around with his arms and waving at the camera. On February 3rd, he made another post which showed a small map, with stone walls, grass, and platforms. On May 26th, he posted a video to Twitter that showed more details added to the map, along with other robots running around, which was presumably a multiplayer system. On June 15th of that year, Lemming released the first build of the game, which was Capture the Flag, that had multiplayer too. Lemming noted above the download of that game was extremely janky. Barely works. However, the people said the mode was very boring, so Lemming decided to get rid of it and replace it with a new mode. Someone suggested dodgeball, but that wouldn't be added for a long time. It's not even dodgeball, it's paintball. But Lemming stated that the throwing mechanic would be too hard to program in. Clearly not. And that he would rather use a slingshot or crossbow, which he would later add in a future update. On June 23rd, he released a new version with a new lobby, or map, whatever you call it, and a turning system, like snap or smooth turn. On July 17th, Lemming said he added throwable fireworks to the game that he was now calling Gorilla Tag. Fireballs, not fireworks. But was worried that it would be hard to throw fireballs with your arms and move at the same time, but still in the end said it felt good. When he released it, rather than throwing fireballs at each other, he would throw them at infinite spawning enemies that can't die, so it was a PvE mode rather than like tag, with 3 other players. PvE, yeah. He was going to add more things, but eventually got rid of the fireballs. On August 4th, he added a tutorial for new players to spawn in and learn how to play the game. And rather than having 5 fingers, he gave the robot 3, and they could be pushed down with pressing corresponding buttons on the controllers. The day after that, he had a small cave in the game with nothing in it. On August 29th, the game now had a leaderboard that showed the other players in the lobby's name, color, and their level. Yes, you heard me, a level. They had levels. On September 6th, he would add a system that allows you to gain XP and level up your robot, and plan to have double XP on weekends. That's a very odd system. On September 19th, there was a new map called the 1v1 Clouds, with versions of every cloud, such as Nimbus Cloud and Cumulus Cloud. God damn it. But led to an empty space at the end of each one. On September 26th, that's almost my birthday, he would add body tagging, finally making the game Gorilla Tag actually mean what it's called. On November 12th, the entire old map was deleted and replaced with the forest that we all play now. But it didn't have the city, mountains, clouds, caves, canyons, beach map, just one map. And the treehouse, which didn't have anything in it, so it was just an empty stump. On November 23rd, Lemming added a computer inside the stump, and a slide that was actually inside the forest. He was almost ready to release the game on Steam and SideQuest. After editing and fixing bugs for a while, it was January 8th, 2021. And on that day, he changed the player's model from the robot Kyle to a gorilla, with both of its legs gone. On February 1st, 2021, Lemming released the first Gorilla Tag gameplay trailer, and 3 days after he added a mute and report buttons to the leaderboard, which was now inside the gazebo in the forest. On February 12th, Gorilla Tag was released on Steam, and within 7 days already had 21,000 players. The update that the game was released in had a new map called Caves, with crystals that made noise when you tapped them, along with a board when you spawn in that shows the rules for the game, and if you didn't follow them, you would get banned. Eek. Lemming also added the way to get back to the treehouse from the forest, so rather than jumping on the branches, there was a slope you could walk up. On March 5th, Lemming added a new compartment in the stump where you could buy cosmetics such as hats and glasses, but you couldn't buy them until the update on March 18th, where a DLC release that had the cosmetics. Along with those, there's a new tab on the computer that was a queue, so if you wanted more of a challenge, you could go into the competitive queue and play infections against other people who also wanted to have a good challenge. On April 1st, April Fools, rather than getting pranked, we got a great update. This added a mode called Casual, where no one was tagged, so you could just hang out. People could run around and talk without worrying about getting tagged. Lemming also added the slippery walls at the top of the map to make it much harder, if not possible, to escape the map and camp. But that was later proved wrong. He made the AFK kick less aggressive too, so it wouldn't kick you after 5 seconds of being AFK, and made it so it's easier to specify while you're reporting a player, so it was multiple reasons. On April 17th, we got a new map called the Canyons, and on May 2nd, he had an indication on the computer that showed how many people got banned in the previous day. He also had an ability on the leaderboard to mute specific people rather than muting the entire server, and a new banana hat cosmetic. Nobody wears that. And on May 23rd, there is now particles emitting from tagged gorillas. On June 11th, Lemming added a message of the day board. It sounds that when you hit certain objects, such as metal, like the ching and the for the wood. On August 2nd, there was a music that played in Forest called Monkey Needs a Swing. This is still probably my favorite music, with a big speaker that you could mute if you didn't like it, but everyone likes that music. And an admin badge that Lemming got, and only Lemming. On August 23rd, there was something weird happening in the gorilla tag. There were tons and tons of videos of people seeing a salmon kill a gorilla on the bridge in Forest, ominously stalking and moving around. At this time, the gorilla tag community had a player base that was getting very big, as thousands and thousands of players were starting to join the game. On September 19th, there is now a city map in place of the old hat room. In this new city, you could buy cosmetics as shiny rocks, the new currency used. You got 100 shiny rocks every day you logged into Gorilla Tag. You could also buy them with real money if you didn't want to wait, and if you're still out. On October 3rd, Lemming added a new shop that had temporary cosmetics that weren't connected to that season, which was Halloween at the time. There was also a free hat for anyone that was there at the time. 10 days later, he added nighttime to make the game creepier since it was Halloween after all. On November 1st, the fall update sprung into the game. There is nothing in the temporary shop, the leaves in the forest are orange, and it is no longer nighttime. 5 days later, there are now temporary fall cosmetics, with the sign above the temporary shop now saying autumn rather than Halloween. On December 6th, there were now new winter cosmetics that were temporary. The city was covered in Christmas lights, the forest had snow, and the trees had lights and stuff, I think. There's also a Christmas tree in Forest too, with a ton of presents. 8 days later, there was a new mode called Hunt, where you'll be given a target on your small watch in your left hand, or right hand, I don't know how that works, and you would have to go tag them without getting tagged by your target. It was basically like bounty hunter. I was going to say another word, but I don't want to say that because that would get me demonetized. At that time, Gorilla Tag was booming with players, having almost 1.5 million players. On January 10th, 2022, the cave was changed, and the canyon was changed. And the Christmas lights and the Christmas trees were removed, but the snow is still there. On January 30th, there were now Valentine's Day cosmetics, temporary shop, and a speaker in caves that played the song Cave Wave, which is most people's favorite, but still not mine. This is also the time Daisy09 was seen in a lot of lobbies, much like the time when PvV, the ghost who was ominously sitting at the bridge, was popular. These ghosts weren't real. It was just cheaters using mod menus to get reactions out of people. On February 12th, it was Gorilla Tag's first year birthday, which came out with a new free 1-year badge, and 2 free tiny party hats and 1-year fingers. On February 19th, the snow melted out of Forest, and there were temporary cosmetics, known as the house cosmetics, which had a lot of really funny everyday objects from a house. On March 13th, the new mountains map had been outed, with a unique sliding mechanic, where you could move your hand and point in the direction you would like to steer yourself on ice. There was also wall surfing, which allowed you to get incredible speed and easily get on the map. Along with the mountains, there were new spring cosmetics in the temporary shop, and new competitive obstacle course that you would have to complete in order to play competitive lobbies, so it wasn't just in the little babies. There's also St. Patrick's cosmetics the next day, and this is the update I started playing. So I basically started playing the day the competitive thing was released, and I did it within the first month. On March 20th, there were now holdable cosmetics, such as sticks that were attached to your hand. On April Fool's, Lemming added a mask that was attached to your face that blocked out a lot of vision and looked pretty goofy. He also severely nerfed wall surfing, so now it was much, much harder to do, so you couldn't just easily get off the map. On April 9th, there was the rainy cosmetics that had things such as boots, extendable umbrella, which is really nice, and there was also rain that occasionally appeared in forests, which is really cool to do, but I was really annoying at night because you can't branch. On May 8th, there was the music update, bringing cool hats and playable guitars into the temporary shop, but little did the players know they were in for a treat. You could also mute the guitars and turn off particles in a new tab on the computer, but that's not very important. For a long time, Lemming released very small updates, such as patches for the music and bugs. Gorilla Tag was not getting any substantial updates, and many were saying Gorilla Tag was dead. The player count was very low. Many were saying that Lemming needed to put more effort into the game, and he was being lazy. I also made a video on this. Go check that out. There was also a great rise in cosmetic prices, some costing 5,500 shiny rocks, but this record has been broken, which would take 55 days where you log on to get it. Others are saying it was okay waiting for Lemming, and that he has a real life outside of being a game developer. Many others believe that the long wait was because of a huge update that was getting released, such as the mountains turning into a water park. I would have loved this. This would have been so fun. But there was nothing. On June 20th, Lemming made a post on the Discord saying his dad had been very sick and I believe had cancer, and that's why he hadn't been updating the game, as he'd been with his dad. On July 18th, 71 days after the previous update, just 2.5 months, the summer update had finally been released. There was sadly no water park. God damn it. But there was a gigantic load of cosmetics all related to summer, such as popsicles, and a whole new mode called Battle, which was where you would use slingshot to shoot other gorillas and pop the balloons above their head. It was mostly a test, and it would be a free-for-all, but this would later be changed because everyone was teaming up and not killing each other, or popping each other. And I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was a beta. On August 8th, Lemming announced that he hired 2 people to help him develop him on the game, which is great news, so it wouldn't just be him. On 22nd of September, the paintball mode was officially released, not anymore beta, but rather than being a free-for-all, it was 2 teams, orange and blue, working to pop the other team. On October 21st, the Halloween update was released, and it was great. There were new cosmetics, almost every map was changed, adding graves and cauldrons, and a literal skeleton ghost named Lucy, who would spawn at random times and come to get you, or jump scare you if you're not paying attention. There was also a new type of cosmetic, which were balloons, and they would be spawned from your back and popped with slingshots, or snowballs. On October 28th, there was the first ever flashback sale, which brought back old cosmetics from the previous year's Halloween update. A lot of quote-unquote OG players were furious because they were the only ones with those exclusive cosmetics that were supposed to be rare, but since it's just a monkey game, Lemming did not change its decision. On the 6th of November, there is now a screen the first time you log on that shows a term of service you have to agree to. So if a 13-year-old ever gets banned after, or if a 12-year-old ever gets banned after spending $1 million, then they can't sue him because they already signed the terms of service. On the 11th of November, the fall update was there, with the leaves once again turning orange in forest, and there were now mysterious ropes and canyons. On November 23rd, there was fall flashback, bringing old cosmetics from the fall. I was happy about this because I got the turkey fingers, yay. On the 15th of December, this was the biggest day for Gorilla Tag ever. Gorilla Tag was officially launched in the Oculus Store. An original early access pack went away, that's now the rarest cosmetic in the game. And there was a new DLC, the Day 1 pack, which had Gorilla Tag hats and t-shirt cosmetics. There was also a bad, I don't care what you say, map called Clouds. Nobody likes Clouds. With bad music, bad everything. I really hate Clouds. There was also a glitch almost instantly discovered that involved pushing on a cloud to fall to the forest stump, which forest is unloaded. Hold on, damn antivirus. There's also the holiday update. On the 22nd of December, there's a holiday update, bringing snow to the forest, and new cosmetics, filling the second floor, finally having a purpose for it. On the 27th of January, there were new cosmetics, along with an ability to throw snowballs, yay! On February, there was a new hockey update, with new hockey cosmetics, such as hockey sticks and stuff. But, oh no, here we go again. On March 10th, the mountains got a new transformation, redoing the entire map. I could rant on about this for so long. I made a whole video about this, man. They changed it. It was so good. They added a fan that could make you go super fast, but gets rid of all skill. Okay, I'm so mad now. On the 24th of March, a new map called The Basement was released, with a new way of going tiny in a maze with monsters, along with dungeon cosmetics. You could actually escape the maze and become tiny and go around in random places. I also didn't like this map either. On April 7th, there's the early spring update, bringing a flashback. Wait, did I forget something? On April 1st, there was an update where you could change your size depending on what your name was. And people were finishing competitive like this because they're little babies and can't do it normally. On April 21st, there was a spring cleaning cosmetics, such as like spatulas and food pans and stuff. Then on May 5th, there was a household flashback, going with them, bringing back old house items such as forks and knives, which old items from the house update that were very, very overpriced, with one cosmetic hitting the world record for being the most expensive, being 6,000 shiny rocks. I believe something costed 6,500. 60 days IRL. The canyon also got a makeover, with zip lines you can hang on, ropes you can grab onto, and hang yourself on. Vine boom. This takes us to present day, with Gorilla Tag still getting loads of updates, along with the beach map, which brought a lot of random stuff. But I got bored of the beach map after learning that you could swim and stuff. So yeah, there's been a lot of flashback sales, such as the music flashback sale, which I got the guitar that cost us 6,000 things from. I don't regret buying that. But yeah. Now, I did actually write this script in school, so I was planning to upload this right as summer started. It says, if you've been wondering why I've been gone for almost 2 months, I've been taking a break because I was demotivated. For anyone wondering if I'll still upload after this, I will upload a video after May 28th every single day, or every other single day. Come on, man, like, bro, I'm uploading every day now. I'm fine, guys. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and have a great day.